Moroccan Zalij tiles inspired artwork. Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the merciful and compassionate. The word Zalij in Arabic means tiles, which was inspired by Roman and Byzantine mosaic. Zalij means the little polished stone, as it uses fragments of colored earthenware tiles. We can look at these pieces, and they collected like a palette from the organized by the different shapes and different colors. As you can see in the picture, the small pieces are cut into special shapes and then arranged into a radial orientation. They start the design from the center and go to the rim. Here. There is no cursor here? Okay, no problem. Okay. The color palette was initially limited to white and brown shades. Recently, the number of used colors expanded. Between the 4th century and 7th century, between the 4th and 7th century, blue, green, and yellow colors were added, and red colors was lost. The 20th century introduced artificial glaze and was added to traditional colors. We can find these colors, different colors here, blue, green, and red. Quran and Hadith indicate gemstones in Paradise Palace, like sapphire, pearl, and coral, blue, white, and red. So the Moroccan artist is attempting to imitate the paradise life in the world. After the Zalij pieces are painted, they are assembled as a puzzle to form the completed mosaic. Nowadays, design has been elaborated and started using new technologies such as data processing. This is a reason to work, because it takes a time to work as a traditional. Now they make the database or data processing to finish it quickly, to make the mass production for the product. Okay. There are no creativity with fear. Geometric design, created by merging math and arts, interpreted the impression of unending repetition, which is believed by some to encourage the contemplation of the infinite nature of God. That position interferes with the colonial interpretation of horror vacui, fear of space. Okay. The rhythm, we can see here, the rhythm of the design utilizes balance and movement, so seemingly infinite design. We can see here the different direction of the design. Here the direction, the center, and another direction makes the balance in the design. Okay. How does one analyze the Zalij artwork using the Gestalt theory? Humans perceive group of objects entirely before we see the individual objects. We can look at the whole circles at first, and after that look at the details. We see the whole as more than the sum of the parts, and even when the parts are entirely separate entities, we will look to group them as distinct patterns. You can find the details like stars and look at the whole group, and after that look at more details to read the design. Reification. Reification is an aspect of perception in which the object, as perceived, contains more spatial information than what is actually present. You can look at the positive design and the background for the negative design, and the merge between both of them. Okay. To match what is seen to the familiar pattern, we find a near match and then fill in the gaps of what we think we should see. This is a part of the design. We can look at this to look at the whole design and to separate the part of the design or make the matching between the parts. Okay. Again, okay. We can leave out parts of the outline as long as we provide enough of it to allow for a close enough pattern match. You can look at the design here at the center, at the opposite of the arrow, fix and to make the viewer's eye to read all the message. After the whole emerges, we start to identify the parts that makes up the whole. Usually, we identify elements first by their general form. As well, the identified object will communicate more quickly than a detailed object. After that, we work with our smart students, the experiment how to stimulate our work of the Zalij. I'm proud of them, of course. They are a good team, of course, by the leader of Dr. Sandra, my sister. We try this imitation or experiment. We utilize simple methods of clay manipulation to create Zalij tiles. By using various types of materials like moulage, post-moulage, resin molds, and liquid latex, we produce negative and positive molds. That skips the time to save the time to make the details in the design. Use the molds for this purpose. After that, okay, we colored the prominent surface of the design and add pour-on. This is a transparent liquid. The next step, as seen in the picture, we have separated the gesso, spread the gesso within the design. Spread the gesso to make the different level. Okay, so we can find the final example for our student here. Notes the final thick protective layer provided a glaze appearance. This is a final, and it seems like a Zalij. It inspired from the Zalij inherited product, and there are more examples for our students. Thank you so much for your work and for your efforts, and thank you for our audience. Thank you. It means shukran by Arabic. Yes, thank you so much.